words. Everybody says they got the za. Everybody says they got exotic. What is the real definition of za? Like, what is the real? Because apparently everybody got exotic. So, could we, add some clarity,
So yeah,
some
so I mean,
characteristics to
yeah,
this?
yeah. So za, well, I love. See, this is the thing. I love the iterations of slang and how it develops over time.
Uh huh.
Right? Exotic, right? The word exotic. Shout out to Exotic Genetics. Shout out to Mike. But the word exotic, right, is something from a far out land, far away lands that's not very common. It's exotic, right?
Hmm.
Exotic sports car, exotic women,
Yeah.
exotic weed,
Uh
right?
huh.
And over time, right, we start to see just like people try. What happens with humans is they continuously be more and more hyperbolic, right? So they want to. So the hyperbolic use of words is what perpetuates the slang words from evolving. So exotic, Zaza, Z. Obviously, Z is more of a strain,
Yeah.
but so the funny part about it though is, bro, is that everyone has the za. And by the way, too, I know all the old heads that are watching this, they hate the use of the word Zaza. They hate. It's funny, bro. Like I always see this in my comments, bro. People are like, old heads are like, if you call weed Zaza, then just put in like the blank of just some sort of insult, right? I mean, it's just like a younger generation, older generation kind of funny thing, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no, bro. Everyone ain't got the za. What even is the za, bro?
That's what I'm trying to ask. Like, what? Because it apparently people saying they buying $1,000 peas and that's za, and I'm like, no, that there's no way you're getting
That's
there's no way you're getting
yeah.
a kid off Telegram buying $1,000 pea. There's no way you're getting za, a random kid in the middle of nowhere, for $1,000. There's no way that's za. It may look good, it may look decent, may smoke decent, but that's not that's not za. That's not the standard of what good weed is.
Yeah, 100%. The thing about this stuff though is like, we know that like right, like this is right here the color white.
Mm-hmm.
We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully. The thing about it though is there's so many different variations of there's different aspects to weed that I think for the most part we can kind of agree like consensus. Some indoor,
It has some color,
some color. That's a
frosty,
big frostiness.
decent
Right.
sized buds, yeah, stuff
Decent
like
sized
that.
buds, good terpene, good smell,
Yeah.
good taste, right?
Taste, flavor, yeah, all that. Yeah. Smokes good, all that.
Yeah. And those can be checked off, but at a certain point, right? I mean, what if all those boxes are checked off? Like, what makes let's say 100 different of these 100 people pull up with their bag and they all check mark.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of asking.
What is this off? Who's on top?
Yeah.
From there, bro. And this is where we're in this new era now. The difference that puts you above and makes you truly what za is you have the brand to support it. Because everyone hit a ceiling with quality, right? You'll always hit that ceiling. I mean,
40% THC, all that's like what?
I mean, at a certain point, bro, you can't keep going. Bro.
You can't get more.
Yeah, this is top shelf. You can't. There's only
58% THC.
Yeah, dog. What the fuck out of there with that shit? Use probably something in there, bro. If it's 50, But that's the thing. This is the new era that we're in. This is what trappers need to realize, right? Is you got to brand stuff now because brand is what takes you to the moon and beyond. Because brand is what gives you those extra brand equity, gives you that extra margin that you can charge exorbitant amounts. Right? What's one of the most valuable companies in the world, valuable brands in the world? Louis Vuitton, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Louis Vuitton is literally a group of, there's that one main dude who started it, but a group of rich people, right, came together, created that company, and tricked the world into thinking that this $100 leather belt, cool designs, but it's now worth $5,000.
Like, what's the difference from a Nike Air Force One, just the white Air Force Ones, and the Air Force One, the Louis Vuitton ones that cost what, like $3,000-$4,000?
brand.
What is the materialistic? What is the fundamental differences from them? Nothing.
Nothing.
The same exact thing.
Oh, maybe
they might use a little bit more
leather.
expensive leather, but I mean, other than that, well, that's probably $10, $20 more. But other than that, there's no difference. But one is $120 and one is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and the resale market is $10,000 plus.
100%. And why? So brand is now so important because why is it important? Why do people pay exorbitant amounts to wear a certain brand? It's because of this. It's because what we consume, what we wear on our body, what we eat, what we put on our feet, what we smoke, it's us communicating to the rest of the world and other people out there that, hey, I got money, or hey,
I'm better than you.
I'm better than you. It's all about. So when you think about consumerism, right? That term consumerism, it's really about humans communicating to the outside world what they're about. So if you represent a brand, let's say you're a legal brand, whatever it may be, and you have a brand that's got a lot of popularity, it's got a large tribe of people that are now in your group, that are now that are buying your products, that align with the ideas, that support you, right? And that more that grows, the more your brand equity goes up, right? And the more that those consumers, right, those tribe members are loyal, that's brand loyalty, brand equity, the brand equity goes up. And so eventually, right, people want to buy your product and then show it off because they want to show their friends, the people around, hey, I'm smoking on that ZA.
And I have something that you don't have. I have something that you can't get.
Exactly. And that is what ZA is, bro. So we're at the point now where, I mean, there might be some innovations in the future. I'm sure there will be. But at the end of the day, like the real ZA is the brand equity now. It's the brand loyalty now. It's you branding your packs, because that's what happens with commodities, right? Weed is now a commodity. A commodity is, we're all at the same level pretty much. I mean, there's different qualities, obviously, but we're all, even if you're the top shelf quality, we all hit a ceiling. Who's going to be above? Why is this eighth of Doja pack considered more expensive than this eighth of Wizardries? I'm just saying, both brands.
Or some kid that's selling something on the street for $25 an eighth.
Yeah. Why is this eighth $150 and this eighth is $80? Right.
And they look about the same. Yeah.
That's obviously not the right pricing. Like, I mean, $80 to $100, whatever. Like, why is that? It's because it's what's the packaging. And that's why we see now this move towards packaging being over, because that's something that is a lot more creative. Like, there's not a lot more creative. It's a new era. It's a new area where people can put their creative skills into effect and help the price of their eighth or their brand go up.
Increased about, yeah. What do you think of like the packaging, like with the toys and the cereal box and stuff? Like, do you think that's gonna be here in 3 to 5 years, or do you think it's just like people are gonna build like now it's gonna come with a computer, or what is that gonna turn into? Like, because it's like first it was like the little the square bags with the runts on it. Then they started doing the die cuts to where they can cut it into like a certain shape. They can cut the bag into like lips or whatever. And then now they got the cereal boxes, and then they put like a toy in it. So it's like, what? Like, I'm just like, what's the next iteration? Because it's like, it seems like it's just.
Well, the next iteration is, I think, we'll have to see. But dude, what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a lot of competition, and you know what that's breeding right now? There's a lot of innovation. Now, the packaging space, whether people like everyone always says, well, what is the weed like though? And that's obviously that's a good question. But what if it's at the top level? What if it hits the top shelf and it can't go any higher, right? Like what? Well, there's, like I said, the brand equity, and packaging is a component to that, and also what you. Like, people want to now get, like, we're in the era right now. Like, think about fast food in America, bro. Right, in the fast food really pops up, like McDonald's really pops off in the 80s. I'm sure it was around obviously before, but 80s, 90s. right? 90s, 2000s, we start to move this era now where we're getting the Happy Meal and there's toys in there.
Because first it was just a burger. It was just the people, you go up to the thing and then you just buy the burger, and then they shifted to the that makes sense.
Now let me ask you this: I might be wrong here, and because I try not to go to as much to get as much fast food as I used to, and I don't really get Happy Meals or whatever. But I don't see many toys anymore. Do you?
No, not the emphasis on it.
You have a kid, right? You ever get like a Happy Meal for him or?
I wouldn't be. Nah, we don't eat that kind of stuff. But no, I remember when we, that makes sense though. When we grew up, it was like almost like an emphasis, like, oh, this is the new toy in the Happy Meal, so you need to go get it. And like, you don't really see that being marketed anymore. Like I remember that he kind of had like the Travis Scott thing, but even that was kind of like the last iteration of it, like when they would partner with Travis Scott and Cardi B and stuff like that. But I haven't really, that was like a couple years ago, like I haven't really seen too much more of that. But I remember when I was growing up, it was like an emphasis. They always had the new, this the new toy that's in the Happy Meal, so you need to go get it. It's like I don't see that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and there's different variations you'll see, bro. Like you'll see maybe like a movie's coming out, and then a brand partners with that movie, and they do like a little toy that comes like a little, the thing that is very clear, and not to switch topics here, but the idea of nostalgia is one of the best marketing strategy tools out there, easily, right? Why and like think about this, bro. What is a lot of this packaging that we're seeing doing? It's all based on nostalgia.
Yeah, like other famous brands or like movies or whatever. Yeah. That's kind of my problem with it. It's kind of like you're not really building anything because you can't scale that into a multi-million, because eventually it comes to a point to where that company that you're copying is going to see that and they're going to sue you.
Well, there's that, but you can change stuff. Maybe I think it's like 40%. I think you need to change designs to not violate a copyright.
Yeah.
The thing about it though, at a certain point though, is you have to balance between the price and the quality, whether that's the weed or that's the packaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, at a certain point, bro, this packaging
is only 24 hours in a day. You can't only focus on so much.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fascinating to see though, because there's gonna be a lot of innovation throughout the next 10 years of this, bro, and it's gonna be a lot of creativity, bro, a lot of dope different packaging, and I think that's dope. But at the end of the day, worrying about your packaging the most out of any aspect to your marketing is stupid. Packaging is important, right?
But it's just supposed to catch the eye, but the customer's gonna really. The customer is going to come back before the actual quality of the product. So I think, like when you go into a grocery store, say you're looking for something and, there's all these different brands on the shelf. You may, if you just want to kind of try something out new, you probably most of the times may go for the brand with that looks the best packaging, that, in a weird shaped bottle or something. But if it sucks, I'm not going to get it again. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna keep getting the same, like, oh, this packaging is cool, but it may like entice me to try it out. But if it sucks, I'm gonna actually, it's gonna make me remember, because I'm never gonna forget the packaging, so it's gonna make me remember, like, I'm never gonna get this again.
It's incongruence. It's incongruence in a bad way. Incongruence in the sense where the packaging is A1. But the weed is boo-boo. So there's contradiction. So that's going to be memorable because there's contradiction, but it's not in a positive way. And it also is definitely, like you're going to get those one-time buyers, right? And it's like, oh, man, I just got charged $80 for this eighth of shit. But, oh, wait, I got some dope packaging, so it was worth it. No, that's not how that's not.
Yeah, it works. It doesn't work like that.
No. So packaging is
even the supporters, even like your diehard supporters who would kind of like maybe, people want to see when they spend, especially if they spend a lot of money, they want to see that money getting use to improve the product that they're purchasing. So they want to see some type of improvement over time. So if you're just, you're charging these absorbent prices and the product is never getting any better, you're going to even lose those like diehard supporters that may kind of push the concerns of the quality to the product aside, because they're just your diehard supporters, because you're always gonna have those people who like they'll ride and die for you. But if if they see like, oh yeah, the quality is just never getting better, you're gonna lose. So it's kind of like you're gonna just end up destroying yourself, like what you said, if you're only focusing on the packaging. Because it's like you're going to lose those first time buyers, and then the people that really, really mess with you over time, you're going to lose them because they're saying that the money that they're spending is not going towards improving the product or making their experience better.
Yeah, I agree. I would say I'd recommend this, dude, for folks that want to get really creative with packaging. I would say use the packaging, like the crazy packaging that you see, use that as a promotional marketing tool on a short-term release or a limited release, right? Gain the clout from that, then maybe move on to something else or return back to your standard packaging. Like, because there's marketable value there, right? There's value in the marketing.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw, I think it was either, I saw Dope Ziola, he broke down, like, shout out to the Rare, the company, I think it's the Rare is the name of the company. But they do like, he did like, there was like not the ramen, but the cup of noodle.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And that right there is great marketing for the Rare. And if you limit that supply, that makes it worth it. So it's going to make it rare. It's going to make it, like a collector's item.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also
eye catching. It's people's going to remember, like, it's been going all crazy on social media and stuff like that.
That's about it when it comes to really crazy and, crazy packaging that is super, what's it called? Intricate.
Yeah.
Long term, that's not a smart business play. I mean, you're probably spending like.
So you're saying you're not. So you're saying you're not a fan of like doing that and then like trying to think of something else, like just keep trying to like innovate on the packaging every single drop. Like you wouldn't suggest somebody to do.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying every drop could be different types of packaging, but if you limit the supply, you're going to keep it. You just obviously, and this is the most. I think this happens for the most part, right? It's all limited supply. This is the same kind of clothing model.
Uh-huh.
You want to have limited supply, but a large volume of different products or packaging styles. And this type, at the same time, though, that can also hurt your recognizability and your brand congruence. Because if you're, because if you're all these different types of packaging and then it's just like the little logo there, maybe it's not as memorable. It's hard to maybe follow through. Now that's like getting really deep into the weeds there with that kind of stuff, but.
No, that makes sense. I think I mentioned that in the video where it's like, because you're just promoting whatever, if it's like a cereal brand or candy brand, it's like people are going to kind of associate that with that. They don't even know your actual company. Yeah. So it's like, that's kind of, you lose out on that as well. They're just like, oh, I want the Fruit Loops sweet or whatever. It's like, they don't even know, if your company name was something else, and that was kind of like the limited drop or whatever. It's like they don't even know your company name.
Damn, so exactly. So I think that's one component to it is you got to be, and like I said, you can't, and then, make sure the wheat's, good quality. So people are paying a lot for it. Then it was that. But packaging, bro, yeah, it's definitely only one piece of the puzzle, I would say for sure. But I love the creativity though, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
What I wanted to talk about, what was I wanted to talk about? This one was holy shit. It was let's talk about fake packaging if you're on.
Fake packaging?
Yeah, or knockoffs.
Well, can you give like some examples?
So there's now people out there, right? So people learn with fake packaging, with bootlegs, right? If somebody's bootlegging your brand using your packaging to sell their products, that's a win for you, for the most part. As long as that.
Yeah, that's what the Hellstar dude said.
The hell, yep, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a sign. It's a sign to everyone else. Wow, this brand must be popping because people are willing to bootleg it.
Hmm.
It's going to help them sell for their own product for more money. So what have people done now is they've artificially created that illusion. So what people are doing now is, you know, they're the one, like I guarantee you, bro. I mean, like this, I don't know, I don't want to say exact names, but I guarantee you, like some of those bigger brands that are kind of prolific with having fake packaging available, you know, everywhere. It wasn't just some other company. I mean, I think some of them were just other people printing those bags and just selling
Wait,
them.
you saying that the brands are making their own face?
If people are going to make money off of your packaging, bro, and they're going to spread the brand out there far and wide to
Yeah.
people that you can't touch, why would you not?
So yeah, about the packaging, that's a really interesting aspect. But sorry to cut that off right there. I just wanted to put out a clip there from something I've been experimenting with the homie Neo. We just did a couple different episodes, going over different strategies, different things happening. If you guys found this clip interesting, let me know. Do you guys want us to put out more, put out the whole thing? I would love to hear your guys' feedback. Also, guys, make sure to follow us on all the social medias, subscribe, obviously, to the channel if you haven't already. Go follow us on the socials. Links are down below in the description or the pinned comment. Also, please, guys, make sure to join the newsletter we're gonna have that we're launching here. It'll be the first link in the pinned comment and the first link in the description. Join the newsletter. You're gonna stay up to date on everything. It's free. Sign up. Like I said, the links down below. You're definitely gonna want to do that though. And yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this clip? Do you guys want more? Let me know. Anyway, we got a bunch of really dope content coming out here. Sorry, I've been a little bit slow on everything. Just been trying to, gear up for obviously this year. So we're about to really start cranking here. But appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe, like I said, follow us all on socials, and let us know what you guys think about this clip. Anyways, guys, see you in the next one.